Hey, you ever get the impression that you're being spied on?
We're watching you.
Well, if you're online, you definitely are. Literally everything that you do, view, search, and send is being tracked in minute details.
What?
And a VPN is one way for you to kind of interrupt that tracking process, preventing both commercial trackers and evil hackers from accessing your private life. It's pretty much an essential tool today if you're online, and if you're not using a VPN, guys, you're soon gonna wish that you had been using one. But if you're using a free VPN, like so many high school kids do today, kid, you're not just begging for trouble, you're guaranteeing that trouble is waiting for you. You are in danger. Do you wanna know how to fix it? All right, let's go. I want you to think in terms of what has come across your phone in the past 12 hours. Like all of it. All of it. Every picture, every email, every password, every private message that you've sent or received, every website that you visited, and what you clicked on when you were on that website. Guys, understand, almost all of it can be instantly linked directly back to you. Most of it already has. Guys, there's a digital version of you online at Meta headquarters, the people who own like Facebook and Instagram. There's also one at Snap, at Amazon, at Google and Apple. There's one at Verizon and dozens of other data hoarding companies, whomever you use, and some of the people that you don't even use. This clone that they've built on you has been built by hyper-accurate metrics of what is happening on or around your phone at all times of your life. It knows what you watch, what you don't watch, what you like, what you don't like, what sites you visit, what things you buy, who you talk to, who you don't want to talk to, what medical problems you suffer from, what mental stressors you are scared of, or what causes you anxiety, and it knows much, much more. Guys, the companies that keep this data, they sell and they share it widely. And no matter what you have been told, it is absolutely not anonymized.
What?
It's not. That lie has been exposed repeatedly. Data brokers combine all of these details into a super set of data on you, and then they sell that hyper-accurate representation of you to what I correctly refer to as bad actors. Now friends, your cell provider, your ISP, and in some cases your Wi-Fi distributor actually force you to agree to data collection practices, and this is often where the most intimate data on you is grabbed because they log literally every web address that is sent by or through your actual home network, and they put your individual identifier on that request. One way to stop that is by installing a VPN app on your device or on your router. It's as easy as downloading an app and turning it on, and once you do that, this is what happens to their signal.
You can't see who I am or what I'm doing. I'm completely invisible.
Instantly, your data will become unreadable by your ISP because they don't even get the subtitles. Now, a VPN doesn't really make you a ghost, but they can't see or log the details of your activity anymore, and that's pretty cool. But there's more. A VPN also protects you from hackers. When a bad guy wants to intrude upon your privacy or maybe launch an attack on you, your IP address serves as like a homing beacon for him and his tools. And if you don't hide it, he's going to use that IP address to probe your network, find some holes or open doors, and then easily launch attacks on you. When you hide your IP address, you make it really hard for him to do that, and sometimes that's enough to just make them go away. That's kind of what we want. Sounds good, right? Yeah. You need a VPN. In a minute, I'm going to recommend an awesome, reputable, completely safe VPN for you to use that also happens to be totally free. But it's the only free VPN that I would ever recommend that you use, so please stay tuned to learn which one it is. First, I think you need to know what a VPN does and what it doesn't do. Think of the information that's flowing to and from your device over the internet as if it were traffic on a major highway. Like the cars are data packets that pretty easily and clearly display the details on what you're doing.
Punch buggy. Oh God.
Imagine how easy it would be for somebody to just stand on the road or next to the highway and just watch every truck, car, or bus that pass by. That's pretty much what your internet service provider does when it's logging all of your activity. A VPN stops that by establishing a tunnel for your information to travel through. So whatever you search for, whatever you share, whatever you view, it enters that tunnel on your device, and it doesn't exit the tunnel until it gets to its destination. So with a VPN, the only people who can see the traffic in your tunnel are either on your device or they're at the other end of the tunnel, like at the website that you're trying to reach. So no one, not even your internet service provider, can now stand alongside that highway and just kind of look at your traffic, your data going by. So a VPN makes you crazy cool and super safe. Again, another thing that a VPN does is conceal your true IP address. So instead of your device's actual fingerprint being attached to that Discord message that you posted, it's the fingerprint of your VPN server that gets attached instead. And so in this way, it's kind of like a burglar wearing a pair of gloves to conceal his fingerprints at the crime. It becomes much harder for anybody to discover that he was there even after he's gone. You just can't identify him. Which is a very good thing, not because you're committing crimes, but because it makes it much harder for crimes to be committed against you. A hacker can't target what he can't find. Get it? So you definitely need a VPN. But why isn't everybody using them? For starters, they're expensive. Expensive to maintain at least, but in order for you to use a good VPN, you gotta pay a subscription. And that's usually only a couple of bucks a month, and that'll cover all of your family's devices. I guess, but people are cheap, you know, and there are some free options out there, and that can be a really big problem. I think it's natural for people to think, well, why pay for something if I can get it for free? Only in this case, there's a really big problem. And that problem is that the free ones are usually run by data brokers, hackers, or hacker affiliates. They do tend to give you a proxy that theoretically hides your traffic and maybe your IP from, I don't know, your high school network filter, perhaps your ISP. But the free VPN provider definitely does still log and track both of your IP and your data. That's why it's free. They're then going to sell and share that with others for profit. And a lot of these services, guys, they're actually created by shady data brokers or even hacker affiliates who use their service to inject trackers and exploits onto your device, maybe by way of a redirect or some other surreptitious method. Sorry, don't worry what that means. Just know that it's no bueno. Now, a lot of high school kids are tempted to use these free VPNs or proxy services. And if you are one of those people and you've noticed that that proxy or VPN injects ads onto what you're watching that you don't normally see when you're accessing from your home network, you're being exploited. Just be very, very careful. And kids fall victim to this quite a bit because they just want to get around a filter, or they want to be able to view certain things that others believe that they shouldn't. And that makes them really vulnerable to hackers and exploits. Now, with these cheap or shady VPNs, your data, it's still being seen by the VPN provider, and all that activity that you're giving them, it can still be easily unmasked. It can also be hacked, scraped, purchased, or just subpoenaed by other people, and it's easily relinked back to you. And that is something to be concerned about. Now, there is kind of a gray area here, and that's if you're using a free VPN that happens to be from a branded and mainstream reputable provider. If that's the case, I'd say that you're reasonably safe from hacking. But your data is almost certainly being sold and shared by that VPN provider. It is logging everything, and so you're really not anonymous the way you might be with a legit VPN. And also, that VPN is probably going to be painfully slow if it's free. But I guess if it's all you're looking for, it probably will get you around that school firewall if that's what you need. Now, there's no need to use one of these hinky free VPNs because I'm going to give you a much better option in a second. But if for whatever reason you're already using like a Norton, Nord, or maybe a free version of ExpressVPN, you should know that you're probably safe from hacks. It's just not going to be real private. They're still going to log and probably sell your data, and it's not going to be very fast, which is something that most kids get frustrated with. So when you pay for a VPN, you're basically paying for speed, uptime, and privacy, okay? And every VPN is ultimately going to slow your internet down. Most of them will experience some downtime as well. Both of those things can get pretty annoying. But a paid VPN can easily double or even quadruple the speed of your internet connection compared to some of these free VPNs, and that's going to allow you to game or stream video relatively seamlessly without any problems. The paid VPNs also minimize any downtime, and what's great is that they can usually be bundled very cost effectively with other internet essentials that you need, like password managers, email, and encrypted cloud products. Now, if you're going to pay for a VPN, it's no surprise that I'm going to recommend Proton VPN. Once again, Proton offers a whole suite of products that you do need to protect yourself online, and they're all awesome. From their VPN to their password manager, encrypted email, calendar, and cloud storage, it's all easy for you to use and easy for you to start off for free. And then you can kind of add products as you go, even including your family members when it's time to do so. Guys, it's just the way to go. I literally get nothing for recommending it. It just works for me and the people that I've tried to use it to help with. And good for us, they've actually got a free version of their VPN. So if you've heard enough or if you're getting bored, just go to www.proton.me, click on VPN, and download the free version. It could not be easier for you to set up or use. You literally just follow like 3 prompts on their website, you download the app, you open the app, and you turn it on. And there you go, okay? Now the best way for you to do this is to simply follow the prompts on their website. It almost does the entire thing for you. Done. You basically just need to remember to turn on your VPN before you browse the web, and I highly recommend you getting your VPN and then going into the settings of whatever VPN that you ultimately decide to use, and I want you to activate the kill switch. Yeah, that sounds really cool, but it really is nothing other than a switch that will cut off internet traffic to your device if the VPN fails or drops off, which will happen from time to time. And it stops your internet traffic so none of your data accidentally leaks out. It just becomes an obvious signal for you that you need to go to your VPN app, open it up, and reconnect that VPN before you do anything else. Inconvenient, but a very small price to pay for what we're doing here. Now listen up here, cowboy. There are definitely some things that a VPN won't do. So your ISP cannot track your activity and hackers will have more trouble messing with you, but you are not completely anonymous. So please don't try to hack the NSA or your physics teacher just because you're connected to a VPN. I will find you. Also, a VPN does not hide your identity from a website that you happen to be logged into. And if you're using a screen name, whatever you do under that screen name, it's still being displayed and recorded on that website, right? Duh. Also, a VPN does not protect you from cookies or browser fingerprinting. So if you're not blocking cookies and scripts on your internet browser, you can bet that Meta and Google and many others are still tracking everything that you do and everywhere that you go online. This is not happening through your ISP anymore, but if you're using your internet browser, they're still getting some of that information. And it does not matter if you're using incognito mode. Stop being a child. If you're interested, I do have a video to help you lock down your browser, but for now, I think it's enough for you to know that a VPN does not do that. So I think we've done what we came here to do today. A VPN is something that you need. It's super easy to use, and I've even given you a free option so that you can get going. You also now know what a VPN cannot do, and so we've come a long way. And before you go, make sure that you smash that subscribe button because I'm working for you here, and we're exploring whether or not we can get paid for providing free content like this on YouTube instead of behind our paywall. If we don't get monetized, we stop making the free stuff. All right, enough. Go watch some more of my stuff so you can be smarter than your friends. Learn more so you can live better. I'll see you soon, guys.